INFJs don't have as many friends as other types. The INFJ personality type is the least common of the 16 Myers-Briggs types, accounting for only 2% of the general population. You probably are an INFJ or no one, since you've found your way to this video. Being an INFJ means you understand what it's like to belong to a tiny minority of humanity. This is an unusual personality type that may be difficult to understand for those who aren't familiar with it. People that identify as INFJ are often shrouded in secrecy and prefer to live in the background. Most people who have acquired the knack of disguising themselves as locals are kind and engaging. Despite their unique and wonderful traits, INFJs are less likely to have close friends than those of other personality types. In case you're curious as to why, stay watching. Number 1, they require solitary time to recharge their batteries. Because of their introverted temperament and vivid imagination, INFJs want solitude and quiet contemplation. They are multifaceted artists that have a lot of ideas and require space to think before expressing them. Because of their high rate of information intake, INFJs frequently experience feelings of overload and exhaustion. As a result, they prefer to be alone and don't have much interest in interacting with people. Number 2, they don't like phony get-togethers. These people are uncomfortable in the presence of those who are overly self-absorbed or closed-minded, and they prefer to avoid the limelight at all costs. To avoid being with people they don't get along with, they prefer to spend time alone. In addition, INFJs aren't the kind to engage in small conversation or chatter for the sake of it. They are more comfortable with one-on-one interactions and would rather get to know someone thoroughly before letting their guard down. Some individuals can find it odd or even slightly awkward because they would rather listen and learn something new about you than talk about themselves. Number 3, they have a remarkable capacity for reading individuals. When it comes to making sense of the world, INFJs are experts at seeing the big picture and making connections where others might see none. They are also very perceptive, making it easy for them to understand the feelings and intentions behind others' nonverbal cues. People aren't only reacting to what you say or do in the present, they're also considering how what you're doing fits within their worldview. This can give INFJs the impression that they are more adept than the people around them, but it also means that their observations may come out as harsh or critical. Number 4, people's perceptions of what constitutes a good time can differ greatly from those of the individuals being observed. Individualistic, reflective, and essentially unique, INFJs have a strong desire for autonomy and independence. This isn't to argue that INFJs are dull or needy, rather, they're just quite unique among the personality types and may have trouble connecting with others because of this. They can be difficult to get along with since they prefer a higher brow sort of amusement than the average person. Number 5, because of this, they can be challenging to get to know. Although INFJs yearn to be understood, they can be challenging to come to know. They have a remarkable knack for picking up on the feelings of others, yet they are notoriously shy and reticent about sharing their own. To determine if they can confide in someone with the inner workings of their mind, they need to get to know that person first. In this way, INFJs can come out as distant or uninterested in the feelings of others, making it more challenging to develop a meaningful relationship with them. Number 6, they have a high degree of self-sufficiency and independence. INFJs prefer to be alone because of their independence. They would rather handle things on their own without having to answer to anyone else. This is not to say that INFJs aren't social or don't enjoy company. Yes, indeed. But what makes them truly happy is spending time with a person who gets them, who is similarly self-reliant and appreciates their own personal space. Number 7, a lack of trust is common among them. Since they are so good at reading people's motives, INFJs tend to be wary of giving their trust to just anyone. They are highly perceptive and can quickly recognize when someone is being dishonest, manipulative, or otherwise not being completely forthright with them. Therefore, they will not be fooled by an act of pretending to be someone else. They shun people who are dishonest or manipulative, because they know how important it is to them to be among genuine people who share their values. Number 8, they are extremely fragile. The INFJ personality type is known for their sensitivity. They are sensitive, perceptive, and empathetic, all of which might work to their advantage or detriment. It's a strength in that they care deeply about the well-being of those around them, but it can also be a weakness because they tend to take on the sentiments and issues of those around them. Due to their high levels of emotional sensitivity, INFJs frequently believe they must suppress their true feelings in order to avoid hurting the feelings of those around them. INFJs can become reclusive and introverted as a result of this. Number 9, they are averse to fighting and have little tolerance for dramatic situations. The conventional social environment is centered on discussing the latest drama and gossiping about other people's lives, neither of which interests an INFJ. This personality type also prefers to be with others who share its values and opinions because conflict is something they try to avoid at all costs. Nobody wants to expend mental resources debating with someone who doesn't take them seriously or who simply disagrees with them. In fact, an INFJ has low tolerance for dramatic situations. That's why people stop talking to or hanging out with people that bring nothing but bad vibes into their lives. Number 10, they pick and choose who they let into their lives. People with this trait believe that anyone can be a friend, but only a select few are actually worth the time and energy required to develop lasting friendships with. As a result, INFJs are picky about the people they allow into their inner circle. It's not simply that they're cowards and don't want to risk getting wounded, though. They do this to ensure that the people they allow into their inner circle are trustworthy. An INFJ's pals are more than just a collection of casual acquaintances, they're people they can trust and respect deeply. It takes effort and time to find and cultivate connections of this kind. Number 11, too strenuous for the average person. While INFJs are the most genuine individuals you'll ever meet, you might not know it to look at them. They seek genuine relationships because they know the value of being connected to others. The trouble is that the vast majority of people don't actually want to be so interconnected. The INFJ wants to provide them meaningful interactions and thoughtful conversations, but sometimes they aren't interested. This can cause INFJs to come out as overly serious or intense. Unfortunately, this might make it more challenging for them to find companions who truly understand them. Friendships formed between INFJs can be genuinely remarkable as they bring so much to the table. But remember that this personality type values quality above quantity, and that includes their connections. Companionship and a sense of shared ideals are important to INFJs. They seek companionship with those who would listen attentively to their stories, engage deeply in conversation with them, and value who they are as an individual. In your opinion, what should I do? Do you feel like you have a better grasp on this character trait after seeing the video? Additionally, what characteristics do you believe characterize a good friend? And roughly how many close buddies do you have? Leave your comments and feedback below. Check out this movie we put together about the shadow side of INFJs to discover more about this fascinating personality type. The URL is in the section labeled description. Please give this video a like and share it with your friends if you found it entertaining. If you liked this video and want to see more like it, subscribe and turn on notifications. You should also view our other videos. You're welcome for watching.